All right, so it's another beautiful morning in Maui, Hawaii. The sun is not even up yet, but your boy is. But what I like to do every morning, wake up, drink one of these. I will sit on my computer, I'm about to bust out my computer, my laptop, kind of brainstorm. Usually I use the mornings for filming like this, or I'll do a lot of my talking head videos around this time. But today I have a very special, we got 2 videos planned today, and it's for the Maui Business Podcast. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna interview this ice cream company today, and then one of my good friends, his name is Nick Terry, he does Breathworks, and then we're interviewing Nicole Bradley. I think it's the Sweet Shoppe in Kihei. It's right next to Taco Bell and on South Kihei Road. That place is really great. Highly recommend you go there if you guys are looking for some really good ice cream. They actually make all their ice cream on island. That's one of the things that she wanted to talk about in her podcast, and then also she's most likely going to end up hiring me for coming up with this strategy to, I guess, teach other people how to make ice cream, and then also or educate people on how the process goes of making ice cream. So what we'll do is we'll probably sit with her, film her making the ice cream, going through the processes and the steps, so that other people can see the process and actually see that it is actually made on the island, handmade by them. So that's pretty much what we have today. So I'm gonna go ahead and share the journey with you guys, some of the experiences that we're going through, and some of the struggles that we're going to have, because no video and no day does not have troubles of its own. So be glad to share that with you guys. Hopefully you guys learned something from that. If you guys are interested in getting on the Maui Business Podcast, feel free to go ahead and reach out to me down here below, so I can go ahead and get you plugged in onto the podcast, get you scheduled in, and hopefully we can get your business some exposure. And then once again, you guys, if you guys are interested in following me across any of my social media platforms, go ahead and reach out to them here and let me know if you want to connect, and if there's any other content that you guys want me to put out. Be glad to help you guys put out content that is relevant to you, my audience, and yeah, let's go from there. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to jump on my computer, I'm going to brainstorm a little bit about the business, and I like to do a little bit more in-depth research on my clients, or my my interviewees, or whatever you want to call them, when it comes to the Maui Business Podcast, because it just makes it feel more intimate when you know a little bit more about the individual and the company. So that's what I'm looking to do right now, and get all the gear ready. So what I bring is I bring my Sony ZV-E10. I always film on this GoPro here, GoPro Hero 10 Black. Really like this one because it's got the camera in the front, the screen on the front, so I can see what I look like every single time I'm doing the video. If it's a good shot, if it's in good lighting. As you can see, I'm kind of going around where the lighting is at. There you go, that's good lighting right there. But yeah, I do that. I got my iPhone 14 Pro. We do bust that out if we need to. The very first podcast we did, we busted that out, and the cameras that we have. That's pretty much it. That's the gear that I use. So with that being said, I'm gonna just jump into the computer. If you guys are watching this content, feel free to smash that like button. Also feel free to go ahead and subscribe, because putting out content like this is not easy, but I'm doing it to document the process of what it is that I'm doing with my life, where I'm going, and hoping to educate you guys and encourage you guys if you guys are struggling with that type of encouragement, or just creating a YouTube channel in general, or a brand. It is not easy to do, as I've said. One of the hardest things to do is actually create content, organize it, clip it up, make it look good, and throw it out there and put it on display for everybody to see. So with that, you guys, that's kind of what I'm struggling with right now. I'm looking at this video that I have, and I have to figure out how to edit it properly so that I can release it out to you guys. And it's a challenge, right? So if you guys are watching these videos, continue to follow me, continue to like, subscribe. Also, once again, follow me across all my social media platforms here. So pretty much where I'm going now is I'm gonna go pick up Rocky. And what we are doing today is we're interviewing 2 local business owners. One of them owns a coffee shop, or one of them owns a ice cream parlor in Kihei. And then the other one, he does like breath work and stuff like that. He's a good friend. His name's Nick Terry, and it's called Breathwork. He's got a book and a podcast and a couple other things that he does. But yeah, I'm gonna go pick up Rocky, and then we're gonna go interview, and yeah, it should be a good one. It should. I love doing these interviews. I'm really good on camera, and I like to make these people that I'm working with feel extremely comfortable when they're working with me, because not a lot of people are comfortable on camera, and I am, just because I don't know, I've been used to it for so long. I've been practicing and doing content for such a long time that it's pretty easy for me to be on camera. And plus, at the end of the day, none of it's gonna matter. Like, when we all die and God comes back or whatever is gonna happen, like, nobody's gonna remember any of this. So that's one mindset that I have when I go into the content and I'm on the camera, is that, one, people are probably not going to watch it. Two, no one's going to remember. And three, who cares what other people think? Like, just put out content and create content, share with people value in your life and all that good stuff. So that's what I'm doing. So hope you guys are enjoying these videos. So we just got to Kihei, and we arrived at Foodland in Kihei on South Kihei Road. This is right across the street from Kalama Park. If you guys saw one of my other videos, there was a current listing over there for like 1.9, and it was going into foreclosure. So yeah, if you guys saw that video, if you guys are interested in purchasing something like that, or maybe a foreclosed property, feel free to reach out to me down below, help you out with that. Or if you're just interested in purchasing a regular property, meaning a single family residence or a short-term rental, let us know. Alright guys, so we just got to Maui Sweet Shoppe right here. It's located on South Kihei Road. So this is a really good dessert place. If you guys are looking for desserts, I would highly recommend you guys come here. If you guys are in Kihei, it is right here located on South Kihei Road. There's also a movie theaters you can go to right after. But this is definitely one of the people that we are going to interview. Once again, when you guys see people on this podcast, it's because I believe in their company, I believe in their brand and what they stand for, or I really like their food or what they have to offer. And this is definitely one of those places where I believe in what they stand for, and just a good place to take your family if you guys are looking for something to snack on in Hawaii. And on top of that, they also make their own ice cream here, so that's a plus. All right guys, so let's go into the business. And one thing about this business is it's also a woman-owned business. So if you're a woman and you are owning a business, I would highly recommend you reaching out to us.
Hi, welcome to Maui Sweet Shoppe. We are located in South Kihei Road in Kihei Mall.
Awesome. All right, you guys. So as you can see, this is the location where you have all the sweets you can want for your children, yourself, and they have these really specialty desserts here that look amazing. I've never tried them, just because I know that I would like it. So but with that being said, you guys, so she just got here, she just started. What time do you open up at?
We open at 1:30.
At 1:30. Yep. So why do you open up at 1:30?
Because we're really the only thing in the mall during the day right now. Yeah, we're still waiting for Cool Cats to come in. Another ramen house is opening up, so we're waiting for some restaurants to come in. Yeah. So as there's more activity in the mall, then we'll open up longer hours. Yeah.
Well, and plus, I don't think, unless you're a child or someone like me, I love ice cream in the morning. I'm guilty of it, but not everybody does. So it makes sense on why you open up at 1:30. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna go ahead and get set up so where we can get Nicole's brand out there and her company out there, and hear a little bit about her story and what it is that she's able to do, some of the struggles that she's faced, and some of the things that she's overcome, and where she's at now and any future plans for her business. So with that being said, let's jump right into it. All right, you guys, so we have another episode of the Maui Business Podcast. We are located in Kihei, and we are at a very special location that I admire because it is probably one of the best dessert locations on this island. If you're located in Kihei, I would highly recommend you checking it out. I have the owner of Maui Sweet Shoppe. Her name is Nicole Bradley, and pretty much what we're going to do today is we are just going to interview her, get to know her a little bit more, her business, and what it is she has to offer. And with that being said, Nicole, where are we located?
We are in Kihei on South Kihei Road and Kihei Mall.
Okay, so if you guys don't know where that is, it's right across the street from Kalama Park. It's definitely one of the parks that I would recommend you checking out if you're interested in potentially learning how to surf. There's also the Cove right down the road. You can go ahead and take surfing lessons with you and your family. But with that being said, how long have you been in operation at this location?
We opened in November of 2018.
2018, so what, 18, it's almost 8 years now?
Oh gosh, I guess so.
Yeah. So goes to show how time flies when you run a business,
yes.
When you're busy. You know, running a business is not easy to do, and I think a lot of businesses don't even survive after 3 years, right? So kudos to you on that.
Thank you.
Pushing through, especially with everything that we've gone through in Maui and just in the world in general, right?
Some of the most recent things that have happened are the Maui wildfires, and then of course we had COVID that we had to deal with as well. And she is still standing, so high five right there.
Kind of crooked, but standing.
Hey, at least she's standing, right? And that's one of the things that I wanted to touch on a little bit today is some of the struggles that she's been through, a little bit about her background. So let's dive into that right now. Okay. What's your background?
So I have a retail and restaurant background, so hence all my candy, that's my retail background, and then my ice cream is my restaurant background. I went to culinary school in the 90s. Okay. I went between working for restaurants, being in kitchens, being front of the house, back of the house, and I guess in 2015, we decided we were going to sell everything in California and move here. I went to school in San Francisco. We moved here and decided we were going to buy a business and actually came here with the intention of opening a sandwich business, but fell into the ice cream business. Okay. So I have cookie sandwiches, so there's part of that too. But we fell into the ice cream business. So I've been making ice cream on island since April of 2015.
Keyword, she said making ice cream. This is not store-bought. This is not factory produced. She makes it in the back. That
right
is
back
huge.
there, yeah.
Yeah, that's huge. So I don't know if you guys, I know for me growing up, I went to, a field trip. We went to like this farm and we actually made ice cream as well. And it was a really cool process and experience. So I think it's awesome that she makes ice cream. So you guys, if you guys are looking for homemade ice cream or just ice cream in general, this is better than Cold Stone. This is better than 31 Flavors. If you guys are on the mainland and you're watching this video, you can get your homemade ice cream here, made on Maui. So I would highly recommend you guys coming by and checking out Maui Sweet Shoppe. So how did you get into the sandwich / ice cream business, right? One of the things that you did say is that you kind of fell into it. So I'm curious about your family. Did they have any history or anything like that in the ice cream business?
Yes, I actually grew up in a town, Naperville, Illinois, and my parents owned a dessert business there. Okay. So it was a dessert cafe, and when I was in high school, I worked in their kitchen, and I waited on tables and did all that kind of stuff. It was a big learning curve for me, definitely. It did not go well. So yes, my parents weren't 100% on board with me owning a business again. But we had a solid plan when we moved here. And it like I said, I've always fallen into desserts. I went to culinary school to be a chef. And I worked in the kitchen, worked my way through kitchens, and I always seemed to end up in the pastry department. So it's one of those things, I can do it, but I love doing it. I love making ice cream, but sometimes I'll say that I'm better at making sauces than I am at ice cream. So I do make my own hot fudge too. Yeah. So I do make sauce.
Yeah. So I kind of disagree with her. I like the ice cream that she makes here. It is really good, especially the banana bread. You guys made a banana bread at one point.
It's back.
Oh,
banana bread Sunday's back.
Yeah. If you guys have not tried banana bread just in Hawaii in general, this is definitely one of the places I would recommend. On top of that, you try the ice cream. To die for. It's really good. So your family wasn't really 100% supportive, which we hear that a lot. But it's good that you did have someone that was in that field, so you kind of got a little bit of exposure to it.
I mostly learned what not to do, too.
That's good. Yeah. Learning what not to do is a huge thing, especially running a business, right? And also having your family involved is probably not the easiest thing to do, right?
Depends on the day, but yeah, my parents moved here a year after we moved here, so my whole family is here, except for I have an aunt in Chicago still, but my whole family lives on island. So my dad actually helped with the construction because he's a general contractor, and he helps fix my machine when my machine goes down. So they're very supportive. But yeah, it was, you want to do what? And it was like, well, the biggest reason why we moved here is I have a 32-year-old daughter and an 11-year-old son. So when our son was born, which I call them oops, and oops, I did it again. We always knew we wanted to retire to Maui because my grandparents had lived here. They actually had a house on Front Street. So we knew we wanted to retire here, but when we had an 11-year-old and we lived in San Francisco Bay Area, we were like, if we don't go now, we're never going to go. Yeah. Like with college and all of that, we'll be in San Francisco forever. And when you live in San Francisco, the price point San Francisco to Maui is not that big of a leap. So that's why we really decided to do it. But we didn't want to do it in the fields we were in. I was working in retail. My husband was in hotels. And so that's why we sold everything and bought a business.
Well, it makes sense to come to Maui.
Yeah.
I mean, it compliments your husband, what he's doing. And then, yeah, I do acknowledge, if you guys are in San Francisco or some of those other more prominent areas, if you guys are thinking about moving from San Francisco to Hawaii or California to Hawaii, depending on what part of California you're in, I'm from Southern California, and the cost of living is really not that much of a difference.
It's not.
Yeah, food's a little bit more expensive. Like a tub of ice cream, unfortunately, it is a little bit more expensive, but it's just the cost of living in paradise. It's something that I would consider looking into. If you guys are interested in exploring that avenue of moving out here in Hawaii, you can definitely reach out to us down below. We can help you with finding a property out here as well. So as you said, Nicole, you moved from San Francisco area and you started your business. What are some struggles and some things that you faced starting the business? Obviously, besides your family and things like that, but what are some internal struggles maybe that you dealt with personally, and maybe even some struggles in actually getting this location, et cetera, stuff like that?
So I think the biggest thing is like I said, we actually moved here to open a sandwich shop. And we fell into an ice cream shop. So, and by fell into, we had a broker that helped us look at different places, and we really found, we bought into the Ono Gelato. So we were Ono Gelato Kihei when we first started. So we fell into the ice cream business with the intention to open our sandwich business. We did open our sandwich business. We had it for about a year and a half. But we also fell into a wholesale ice cream making business, and that kind of became a runaway train. So I think the biggest challenge I had was which focus
to focus.
Yeah, to focus on. So we closed the sandwich business and we brought the sandwich business back, and it was back and forth. And that's actually one of the reasons why we closed that space and walked away from Ono Gelato, because what we learned is that making our ice cream our way was what we wanted to do. We wanted to make it a little bit different. We didn't want to be tied to how Ono Gelato, because there were multiple Ono Gelatos.
Like a franchise.
Yeah, it's kind of like that. We subleased the business. So we wanted to do it our way, and we wanted to do it in a smaller footprint. So our previous location was 1,600 square feet. We're 600 square feet. Makes a huge difference. You can that's one of the reasons why we were able to survive COVID.
Because you're in a smaller space.
You're a smaller space. We're talking half the amount of rent and CAM and all of that kind of stuff. So that's been one of the biggest things, is understanding who you are as a business owner and having a focus and not splitting that focus all the time. Like, we're still making a little wholesale ice cream, and I find when I start taking on too much, things here start to suffer a little bit more because I am the one that makes everything. So I have to remind myself to stay focused. And I think that's the biggest thing is, when people talk about having a business plan and going back and visiting your business plan, that really is important. It really is important. It's like, wait, what did I want to do in the first place? So that's one of the biggest things.
Yeah. So what she said is that, like, what I heard is getting distracted. That's huge. Like, distractions are huge. If you run a business, if you are active at all in entrepreneur or just life in general, I mean, there's tons of YouTube videos that you can get distracted on. There's tons of like shiny objects of what we call in the marketing space. I don't know if that's kind of something that you guys resonate with, but like shiny objects are everywhere, and it's important to always hone in on your business and exactly what it is that you're doing and what it is that you mainly started it for, like her business plan, right? I can go back to some of the things that I wrote down in like my affirmations or my business plans, and it's actually happening right now. It's because I've stayed focused and I've actually honed in on exactly what it is that I want out of life. And for me, it was investing in real estate, being involved in real estate, and that's all I do now is everything real estate. We're starting our own brokerage company. I know how to run Facebook ads. I know how to do all that stuff for real estate agents that's pertaining to them. And because I was focused and dead set on that, I'm getting into the content now for real estate agents, for local businesses, because it's just what I know how to do. And I've been able to grow my business significantly just by focusing and honing in on pretty much one thing, and real estate and content creation. So thank you for sharing that. I appreciate that. So the next question I have for you, we kind of went over this a little bit already. The biggest thing that I like about your company is that you make your own ice cream. That is huge. So a lot of people are looking to buy products that are made in Hawaii or made on Maui, and that is huge for the local community and for people who are looking to just taste Hawaii, so to speak, right? So What else do you think is unique about your business? Or
I think that is the most unique. Mm-hmm. Like I went up to the farmer's market on Saturday because I buy lilikoi from local farmers to make my lilikoi sorbet. And I don't have it in the case right now.
Oh,
but
no.
But I'm making it today. And I was talking to the couple that had the lilikoi. I bought all their lilikoi, and they said, "Oh, we've seen people waiting in line to get into your store, but we just thought it was some sort of mainland bring in ice cream thing." I'm like, "No, I make all of it." So it's to me, again, been making ice cream for almost 9 years on island, and people still don't know that live right here that we make the ice cream.
Yeah.
You know that I make every single thing, and it was a pretty unique thing because I bought the lilikoi from them. I came down, I processed it. They saw me processing it. It was kind of a neat thing that
It's like farm to table type
correct.
thing. Yeah.
And it's my sorbet, and so I think that is the most unique thing that we do. We try to bring the flavors of the island together as much as possible, using what local we can. It's a little more challenging with ice cream because there's only so much you can, although I do make ice cream out of a lot of things. I say if I have it, I can turn it into ice cream. But I do think that is what's the most unique. I make the cookies for the cookie sandwiches. We use apple bananas to chocolate dip bananas. So we use as much local as possible, and we make what we can, as much as we can. So like I said, my hot fudge, I make the hot fudge versus buying a can of hot fudge.
Yeah. So I had a question about the ice creams that you've made. What's the most bizarre ice cream flavor that you have made, or an ingredient that you've used?
Okay, my licorice is a bizarre one. It's like a cult following. I make it with black jelly beans.
Okay. So it's like black licorice?
It's black licorice.
I see why you say cultish.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Like
I make that for Easter, but I make it out of jelly beans because the one thing that I always think about when I'm making ice cream is I'll use my banana ice cream as an example. When somebody's thinking about something banana, they're thinking banana cream pie. So I have to make it taste like banana cream pie. Same thing with licorice. So I tested a bunch of different types of licorice. I found the only thing that makes licorice ice cream taste like licorice is black jelly beans. So that's one of the things that I do. I've used Red Hots with banana to make red hot banana ice cream. Yeah, so I play with a lot of things to see what I can turn it into. I'm going to make a Pop-Tart ice cream. Fruity Pebbles is a big following one.
What about Captain Crunch ice cream? Have you done that?
I have done peanut butter Captain Crunch because that's my favorite. Is peanut butter Captain Crunch.
That's a good one.
So I can turn any sweet into an ice cream, and I do that. However, I do have to keep my standards in the case too. Yeah. So I make matcha. I make Thai iced tea. I do make a bunch of different ones, and I play with it when I can. So like I said, I know I'm going to make Pop-Tarts because my son said, "What would Pop-Tart ice cream taste like?" So I'm going to make Pop-Tarts.
Do a lot of these sporadic ice cream flavors stem from your son or just you?
They do come from different places. Like I had one of my son's friends said, "Can you make Sour Patch Kids?" So I made Sour Patch Kids. So, and what I do when I do that, like Fruity Pebbles, people always ask me what my Fruity Pebbles base is. I make Fruity Pebble milk. So that's the base. It's Fruity Pebble milk.
Nice.
So it's not like vanilla that I just throw Fruity Pebbles in. I take it that one step further and make Fruity Pebble milk.
Nice. So, Nicole, how does your business contribute to the local community? Are there any like community events that the audience can partake in or be involved in?
I focus mostly on schools, on the schools. Again, having an elementary age student. Yeah. So I work with Kamali'i Elementary. We've supported the Little League as well. I really try to focus my energies on anything with the keiki because we are a family-focused keiki business. Yeah. And so I'm always open to those opportunities. I don't have anything on the horizon right now, but I would be open to if there's folks out there that want to be a part of our business or want our business to be a part of a function. We're happy to
collaborate.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, guys. So as you guys heard, she's open to helping and collaborating with you guys. So Nicole, how can people get a hold of you for that type of thing? So
our shop number is 808-214-5151. I am generally here every day, mostly Monday through Friday until 4 or 5 p.m. Other than that, I do have email. You can reach me at Nicole, Nicole, at MauiSweetTreats.com.
Now that you guys have her contact information, feel free to reach out to her so you guys can collaborate on that. Or you can also reach out to us at contentmonopolyio@gmail.com. We can get you connected as well if you can't get a hold of Nicole. Okay, so now, Nicole, the next question I have for you is a customer experience. What does someone feel or an experience when they walk through that door?
So it's fun to watch people walk through the door, to be quite honest, because all the candy and all of this, they come in not knowing what to expect, and then their breath gets taken away by the candy over here. I have a small team that works for me. Like I said, Monday through Friday, I'm pretty much here during the day, so you can actually get a chance to talk story with me. But in the evenings, which is when we're the busiest, I do have a staff, and I am very fortunate to say that I have staff that has been with me. I have one person that's been with me for 8 years, and the rest has been with me since before COVID. So, and also on top of that, 4 of them are related to each other. So I'm very fortunate to have the staff that I have. They love the product. They love being here. And so I think that's a big part of the experience. I get customers that will come back the next day after coming in the evening, saying, I came back because of Chaslin, who works for you. So that's been a really fun thing. I have a solid staff that loves being here. And then we also provide samples. So we encourage sampling in our place. We want you to try the ice cream before you buy it. We want you to get exactly what you want. We work really hard to not say no to our customers. I think that's one of the things. So can you get 2 flavors in a small? Of course you can. So we really work hard to give the customer the experience that they're looking for. And that's the nice thing about being in this type of business versus some other restaurant type businesses, because this isn't as challenging. You're not dealing with, when people come in here, they come in to be happy. You know, they've already had their dinner, so they're not coming in super starving. And they get the opportunity to try the ice cream, I think, is the other piece of it, you know. And people say, oh, just one more sample. It doesn't matter. We have 18 flavors in the case. If you want to sample all 18, we'll do it, you know. So we have Dole Whip, which is another thing too. Since the Lahaina fires, we're one of the only people other than the Maui Ocean Center that has true Dole Whip, and we carry it in 3 flavors all the time. So I think that's another unique thing that we have, because Dole Whip was a big part of the Lahaina experience, and that's not here currently. So we do have Dole Whip, which I think is another big part of what we offer.
Yeah. So if you guys have been to Lahaina and you guys have actually been to that Dole Whip location, I think it was on the corner on Front Street. She's probably one of the only people now that does it in Maui Ocean Center, right?
Maui Ocean Center carries pineapple. We carry, like today I have pineapple, cherry, and strawberry.
Nice. So I've only tried one of those flavors, but I'm sure the other 2 are just as good as the first one.
Yes, and then we also do the best of both worlds. You can do an ice cream bottom, so you can put our ice cream under the Dole Whip, and so you can have the ice cream with the Dole Whip.
Oh, that sounds good. So the next question I have for you, Nicole, how does your business contribute to the local neighborhood vibe in this location?
I think one of the biggest things is, like you mentioned, we're across from Kalama Park. Little League and football. So Saturday, when you have your Little League games and there's football in the fall time, we get a lot of the keiki coming in from that. I think that's the keiki focus is really what we are here. And then we're a great dessert spot for after dinner, so being close to the Triangle. And we are open until 9:30 every night. So that's a big thing. If anyone knows Kihei kind of rolls up at 8 o'clock at night. So as I mentioned, we're open at 1:30, but we do stay open until 9:30 at night. And as more restaurants open, we'll probably go until 10 o'clock at night. As more things open in this area. So that late night vibe, I think, is the other piece that we have, is that you can come and get an ice cream at 9 o'clock at night and not get turned away. So I think that's a big thing. Yeah.
That's a huge thing. If you guys don't live in Hawaii or live on Maui specifically, this is something I'm constantly experiencing and going through, is that if it's like 9 o'clock at night, pretty much everything's closed as far as restaurants go. The only thing that you really have to choose from is Jack in the Box, Taco Bell, and to be honest with you, I'm kind of over those. It's just been something that is just available since I've been living here for the past 5 years. it's something that's opened. So it's awesome that you are a homemade, Maui-made ice cream shop that's open a little bit later than the average person. So kudos to you on that as well. Okay, cool. So the neighborhood vibe, you feel like it definitely brings in more kids, right? Because you're right next to the park. So you bring in a lot of kids that are coming from Kalama Park to try your ice cream, which is great. I know kids love ice cream. All right, guys. So we're pretty much going to get wrapped up on this podcast interview. But the next thing I have for Nicole is what's the offer that we're extending to the audience, to the local community that they can actually cash in on?
So if you come in and mention the podcast, we have a 10% Kamaina discount that we're going to extend to everybody. We also have a punch card that we give to everybody to invite you back. So you get 12 punches, you get a free 2-scoop ice cream cone. So we'll have that for a short time as well.
Okay, cool. All right, guys. So you guys heard her offer and her opportunity to basically just interact with their business. So I'd highly encourage you guys to check out Sweet Shoppe in Maui, located on South Kihei Road. What's the address again?
1819 South Kihei Road. We are actually in the parking lot with Taco Bell. So if you're going to Taco Bell at 9 o'clock at night, this is the place to come.
Yeah, right after. All right, Nicole, thank you for that, the offer for the community. That's one thing that I'm really big on with this podcast. The whole purpose of doing these podcasts is to get people engaged with the local businesses in the area so that they can, one, know about them, and two, support them, right? So I would highly encourage you guys, whether you're a tourist and you're stopping by, or you're a local resident, I would highly recommend you checking out this Maui Sweet Shoppe. It's definitely a good ice cream spot, and I love it. It's one of the good places on island, so I appreciate you for that. Yeah. So as we're wrapping up here, one thing that I always like to ask the local business owners that I'm interviewing is, what is another local business that you think deserves a spot on the Maui podcast?
So right across the street is South Maui Fish.
Okay.
It's a food truck, but it's in the little Aloha marketplace across the way. They go and fish for all their fish every day. So that's what I love about it. It's a husband and wife that own the truck, and they go out, they catch the fish that day. That's what they serve on the truck. And they just keep doing it and rock it out, and everything's delicious over there.
Yeah, we'll definitely reach out to them and interview them. So if you guys are interested in hearing about that food truck, feel free to go ahead and let us know down below in the comments so that we can go ahead and be proactive in getting them on the channel and on the podcast. So with that being said, Nicole, that pretty much wraps it up. Thank you for your time today.
Thank you.
Another thing, you guys, that I really want to stress when it comes to doing these Maui Business Podcast episodes is that I really believe in these local businesses that I'm involved with and I interact with. So if you guys see them on this podcast, it's either because someone referred them to us, or it's because we interact with their businesses daily and we are appreciative of them. Because what we like to do is we like to give back to the local community, especially businesses, because small businesses out here, during COVID, the fires, it's been a struggle, and any way that I can help, I'm willing to. So if you own a local business, and especially another thing too, is that if you are a woman who owns a local business, as we have Nicole here, it's a woman-owned and operated business. So we like to support local women as well, or just women in general, on our channel and on our podcast. So feel free to reach out to us. So with that being said, you guys, my name is Devin Atkins, Nicole Bradley here of Maui Sweet Shoppe. Thank you for tuning in. See you guys on the next one.